Back with another one, man. And today we reacted to another feminist learns that the movement was total BS and it caused her to be unarmed and alone. Another video, man, by Strong Successful Male, man. Shout out to Strong Successful Male. I've been watching him for a minute now, you know what I'm saying? But his videos are very entertaining, bro. And that's why I wanted to bring them to the reaction channel, man, because they entertaining, bro. Like his videos is just very entertaining, bro. They really good, bro, and it's eye opening, man. Like, and if you're a man, bro, you can learn from this, bro. Like, there's a bunch of dudes just speaking on their experience. He's reading them to us, like these dudes that's experiencing stuff that y'all experiencing that I done experienced. You feel me? We can all learn from this, dog. It's crazy, but yeah, bro. Shout out to SSM, man. We finna get into it. Let's get into it, bro. Let's see how crazy this one is.
Alright guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, going to go a very entertaining article that you will definitely appreciate, titled, I regret belittling men. At 63 years old, I've ended up alone.
That's insane.
And a shout out to Ryan for sending in this story. And guys, this article is written by a woman. She's spent her career as a journalist, or excuse me, as a writer, a broadcaster, all that. And she's also spent her life as a lifelong feminist. A definite ball-busting, hard ASS feminist who now in her early 60s is realizing the mistakes she's made on multiple fronts. And she's deeply regretful that she never got married, no husband, no kids, no family, nothing.
Damn.
Thanks to what all took place about 50 some odd years ago when she was off at the university and allowed herself to be brainwashed by somebody else's idea on how things are and became the type that not only men can't stand, but also probably a lot of women too.
That's
the
insane.
my way's the highway, all guys are the enemy, the adversary, that type of thing, feminist. And you can thank people like her for the mess that we're in today. I know, yeah, by the way,
for the mess we're in today.
Writer back then because that was empowerment. And I've been going to go over here, guys, making the point that while obviously too little, too late, and I don't feel bad for her, this is going to show you how a lot of these types with the mentality they have eventually come to the point they realize they've messed up.
Mm-hmm.
The way of their thinking was completely wrong, and they're regretful. But unfortunately, the damage had...
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up right here because I could do it right here, right? So boom, that's what we finna do. I need y'all to, whoever subscribe, on YouTube. Hold on, we're gonna go back to YouTube. I'm tripping. YouTube. Whoever subscribed to my No Lane channel, man. This is me, bro. Look how many subscribers I got, bro. 166. I was going crazy with this channel, bro. This is me. Look at my popular videos, man. And this gun, my gun content, bro, still a thing, bro. I need y'all to subscribe to CJ Walker 5, the channel I'm on now, my reaction channel. I can't get back on this channel, bro. I can't. So I need y'all who subscribe to this one, subscribe to the other one. All 166 of y'all, bro. Come on, man. I miss y'all, man. Like, y'all missing out, bro. I'm missing out on y'all. Y'all missing out on me. We need each other, bro. Come on, man. Do what y'all need to do, man. Come over there, bro. Look at this, bro. I had great times, and I was young right here. I was like, what right here? I was still like 20-something, but you get what I'm saying, man. 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was 21. Come on, man. Tee me up, man. Tee me up, bro. We get back to Strong Successful Male. We're going to get back to Strong Successful Male.
So it's one thing when a bunch of guys pick apart and see and point out where things, the thinking, the attitude has gone wrong. But it's one thing when you have a former member of the sisterhood pointing out where she went wrong and the whole mentality, the mindset is definitely off. So I thought you guys would find this quite entertaining.
Nuts.
Now, before I get into our main event here, I got a quick email from a guy who's been watching me a long time. He's married, good marriage, but his wife obviously thinks a lot of my stories, a lot of things I cover here are a bunch of BS. And he has a fun time pointing things out to her that are not BS. Well, he writes in a little experience he had with her, once again proving that what I talk about in this channel and the subject matter is not BS.
Facts.
And of course, she's not too happy about it. He says here, hello SSM. I wrote in a while back about how my wife thinks your stories are mostly fake. Well, guess what? We were driving home the other night, and while listening to one of those female psychologist therapists who has a radio show where people call in for advice. Apparently, this pregnant gal calls in and admits to not knowing who the father of her baby is.
That's insane.
Huh, that sounds like some of the things on my channel.
Prove this
but
point
of
in real
course,
time.
if it's on somebody else, a woman's podcast or broadcast, then it's real. But if I cover it, it's bullshit, huh?
If a man said it's not
Well,
true.
the woman who called in narrowed it down to 2 men.
Because we trying to make them look bad.
Narrowed it down that there's multiple potential baby daddies here. But only once one of the men raised the baby because he's got all the makings of a wonderful father. While the other one is, well, a Chad. Her question was basically to the therapist, is she wrong for wanting to tell the nice guy the baby is his, even if it might not be?
Yes. She's wrong.
Right there. Sounds like one of the stories I cover here that you might think is nonsense. Now does she see? Let's just say this didn't make my wife very happy, and she was probably wishing she could be the therapist and give this woman a piece of her mind. Me,
Okay.
I just laughed and shook my head.
Okay, I was finna say,
Yeah,
like,
because you're used to this.
Exactly.
You know this crap happens.
Right.
And it was just probably driving your wife crazy, because she knew probably the second this came in, you were probably like, because, yeah, women don't like to be wrong.
Facts.
The first thing the therapist told this woman was, you're not alone. She then went into the whole deal about DNA testing and the consequences for the 2 men involved. The so-called nice guy finding out later that the child isn't his, and the other man finding out that he's been denied knowing that he's the father. The radio host went further into the emotional trauma for the nice guy when he finds out that he's given his emotional and financial investment into raising another man's offspring.
Hell no.
So, interestingly enough, she wasn't siding with the woman who called in. Well, good for her. She shouldn't be siding with the woman that called in. She should be tearing her a new one for potentially deciding to lie.
Bro, if a lot of females held... Okay, I'm going to say this. Nobody cares. If you talk to a person and tell them, because a lot of human beings don't care. They do what they want to do. They believe in what they believe in. If you don't do it or you don't believe it, they don't care. They, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. A lot of humans ignorant. We all ignorant in our way. But, like, I was going to say, if a lot of women held other women accountable or told them the truth, then it would be different. Holding accountable, if they don't accept accountability, okay, whatever. But telling them, like, yeah, that was wrong, it could change. You feel me? Like, a lot of females like to go where they're not judged. You feel me? And who's right to judge anybody? You feel me? But wrong is wrong and right is right. And a lot of women don't speak on how wrong some of the stuff that other women do, or if they do, it's like they'll say that and they laugh about it, or they won't take it that serious and make another person feel like it wasn't that deep. You feel me? Or the other women feel like it wasn't that deep. Like, in my experience as a man, bro, like, a lot of dudes ain't like that. You feel me? Like, dudes will start messing with you over something like that. You know what I'm saying? He might do that to me. Like, I'm like that. Like, I'll stop hanging around dudes. Like, if they doing weird stuff, or, you know, they can't take accountability, or, you know, that's like red flags. Like, bro, he might be extreme, or he might be weird. You know, like, I don't know. Being around him I probably won't be able to be real with him. I probably won't be able to talk to him for real. You know what I'm saying? Or express myself. Or if he do something, he probably gonna get mad at me because he was in the wrong. Stuff like that, bro. It's not good to be around. Vice versa, men or women. You know what I'm saying? But it don't seem like a lot of women do that. Like, they like being around fake stuff, drama. Like, women like drama. I don't know, bro. It's weird.
Just because he'd make a better dad. DNA test, gentlemen. The radio host then shed light on why most new moms say the baby looks like the father. Rather than try to quote what she said, I googled it and got a response from AI, which was very similar. Apparently, a new mom might say the baby looks like the father for a combination of psychological and evolutionary reasons, such as to secure the father's emotional investment and ensure paternal care for the child, or because perception of resemblance can be influenced by close relatives and friends. While early research suggested babies look more like their fathers, later studies show that babies resemble both parents equally or even mothers more, indicating the mother's statement can be a social strategy rather than a direct observation of genetics. Once the call ended, I attempted to tell my wife how the nice guy was the pregnant woman's boyfriend and she had unprotected SCX with Chad. My wife wouldn't listen any further, and she still thinks most of your stories are fake.
What? What?
Bro, I'm glad you obviously have a good relationship with your wife, even though, you both go back and forth about my channel and the subject matter here. But at the end of the day, she doesn't want to be right. You can have all this evidence.
Facts.
That these stories are real. And still, she's not going to bend. Remember that song from the 90s from the band The Spin Doctors, Little Miss Can't Be Wrong? Right there. I rest my case. But anyhow, keep on watching. Have fun. But she ain't ever going to change her mind. I'm telling you right now, brother.
He said everything.
Okay, guys. Now on to the story about the remorseful feminists who none of us will feel bad about. Again, this article is titled, I regret belittling men. At 63 years old, I've ended up alone. So she says here, I had always imagined I would end up married with 2 wonderful children and living in a house in the countryside. I had paid a hefty price for my so-called liberation. Yes, you did. A few years ago, I went to Italy with my then-boyfriend James. As we sat tucking into a plate of whatever at some seaside restaurant, I struck up a conversation with the waiter in Italian. While I was enjoying myself, James sat glumly and fiddled awkwardly with his phone. Back in the hotel room, he asked why I had ignored him. By speaking in a language he didn't understand, he said I managed to make him feel small. Doesn't sound like she's learned anything yet, or maybe this was her wake-up moment. Yeah, that's what you were doing. It's one thing to say little things to the waiter in Italian, but if she's babbling on for like several minutes, yeah. Well, I could see his point. I spent quite a while chatting away, oblivious to how he must be feeling. I then went on to joke that as the Italian speaker, I would order for us. After all, he didn't know what that particular thing meant. I was showing off. It wasn't the first time something like that has happened to me. I've always taken the driver's seat. Been determined to get the last word and was too busy with books to master the art of charm. You didn't care.
Exactly.
You didn't need a fucking book to learn how to master the art of charm. You were just some ball-busting feminist. You said right there, always had to take the driver's seat. Been determined to get the last word in. People like that, I don't care, both men and women don't like people like that.
Facts.
Nobody likes a my way or the highway ball-busting asshole, you know? And that's obviously what she was, especially if it's a guy with a woman. I'm convinced that the reason I'm still booking a table for one at the age of 63 instead of having settled with a significant other is because, like so many women of my generation, feminism has ruined my love life. No, you, my dear muffin, I gotta say something sexist and offensive.
Muffin.
You are the one that ruined it. Yes, feminism.
Hey, I was watching Monster House, bro. Y'all, if y'all ever seen Monster House, y'all understand what I'm talking about. The babysitter was driving up, and she hopped out the car. She was being all nice because she thought the parents was there. So when she walked in the house, the main character said something, and she was like, "Sure you can, Cantaloupe." Hey, bro, what type of compliment is Cantaloupe, bro? Imagine your girl call you Cantaloupe. Sure you can, Cantaloupe. That's insane, bro. And he was like, "Oh, they're gone." She's like, "All right, they are." She's like, "They are." And her whole mood just changed. Her whole personality just changed. Like, she didn't even like him. But, bro, that crowd was funny. He talking about some muffin. That's just what that reminded me of.
The brainwashing of that Mamba Chahamba had its part, but you made the choice.
Facts.
To ruin your life by getting wrapped up in that bullshit and being an asshole. Mm-hmm. Always being in the driver's seat, always having the last word, and countless others. And the damage that's been done by that is why a lot of what we have today. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad you can admit it. Instead of empowering us, those ideals of the second wave feminists made us believe that marriage and being domestic were to be avoided like the plague, and that men were competition rather than partners.
Facts.
See?
Finesse
At a
y'all
young
out.
age, let yourself be brainwashed by somebody else's idea how it's supposed to be.
Exactly. And I'm glad it's a female writing this. It's a woman writing this, telling other people right now that, yeah, feminism is a trap. We have what we have, y'all have what y'all have in our private parts. We are meant to be together. You feel me? Human beings are social creatures. It wouldn't be a bunch of people on the internet complaining about how they can't talk to nobody or nobody want to talk to them, i.e. women on the internet complaining how men don't want to talk to them to them no more if we wasn't supposed to be around. And it could be for the wrong reasons. But at the end of the day, it's reasons why we feel the way we feel or humans go through things. Like, come on now, feminism was a trap. Y'all fell for it. It is ridiculous how y'all fall for something like that. Like, come on now, dudes don't even go for stuff like that. I'm not finna fall. Like, yeah, we need to stay away from all women for this reason. Like, no, bro. If it's not a valid reason of why you telling me to stay away from females, I'm not doing it. But if it's a valid reason and I'm experiencing that and other people experience it, like, yeah, and they really like this, okay, yeah, like, that makes sense. Like them trying to use us and think, well, we don't need to be alive, and they'd rather have the bear. They'd rather be with the bear than us. Like, stuff like that. Like, these women crazy, bro.
And look, all you threw away in your life because of that. I might have a successful career as a writer and broadcaster, but I've never had children or been married, and my longest relationship lasted 8 years. I regret this. I'd always imagined I would end up married with 2 wonderful children, living in a house in the countryside. I paid a hefty price, blah, blah, blah. I was 17 years old and a pupil at Godolphin and Latimer, one of Britain's most academic institutions. Mm-hmm. You mean indoctrination centers?
Facts.
When I was introduced to the women's liberation movement, oh, that sounds like a whole lot of fun. It offered such hope and excitement. And we spent our lunch breaks soaking up the feminist mantras of Germaine Greer and Betty Friedan. As in act like men, they cried as they burnt their bras and demonized housework and the family. Act like men, huh? Yeah, that's a real attractive quality in women.
Exactly.
And demonize the family, huh?
Nobody wants a female like that, bro.
No surprise what happened to the nuclear family in the West. Thank you. By the time I was 25 years old, I was clutching a degree in French and Italian. I was a bright, confident feminist, keen to flex her intellectual muscles and to never let a man get the last word. Oh, you were such a fun person to be around. Lady, nobody likes someone like that. The I have to have the last word type. The type that no matter what it is, they know everything and is going to debate and argue everyone. That's just an asshole. You became a big giant asshole, big giant smelly asshole.
It is smelly.
Both men and women don't like people like that. Nobody
Facts.
likes someone like that. I read Nietzsche for fun, and my bedside table had always buckled beneath the weight of substantial, intellectually challenging books. At first, men loved my wit and intelligence, saying, "You're such a breath of fresh air. I love talking to you. You're the first woman I've met who stimulates me." They drill. Yeah, and these are probably a bunch of beta males, to be perfectly frank.
Sense.
That was until I had lectured them for the umpteenth time on the virtues of modernism, saying you'll never win an argument. They would say you never win an argument against Kate. One man said as he watched me outsmart yet another potential lover, subtext, don't bother. So you enjoyed this. You saw men as the enemy, the adversary, and everyone was an opportunity for you to assert your dominance, that you're better, you're smart, and all that. You know, to me, this behavior comes from someone that's deeply insecure. People that have to constantly have the last word, always have to be right, no matter what it is, they know everything about everything, belittle others. That's someone that's deeply insecure.
Right.
And that's not strength. That's not something that, even like the ideas of having a strong, independent woman, no, that behavior comes from someone that's weak. Mm-hmm. Someone that has strength is going to be humble and is going to sit back and listen. Mm-hmm. Do more listening than speaking, because you can't be great at everything.
Facts.
Men have always called me intimidating, scary, and opinionated. I now see that was not only what I was trying to prove, that I was, let me say this again. I now see that not only was I trying to prove I was their intellectual equal or superior, I was treating every encounter with a man like he was my adversary. Again, another asshole feminist. And I believe you're deeply insecure. If a date brought me a bouquet of flowers, oh Jesus, instead of smiling and putting them in a vase of water, I would bite their head off, saying, "Can't you buy me some nice olive oil or balsamic vinegar?" Don't you have enough balsamic vinegar running through your veins, lady?
And then this stuff come from other females, bro. You feel me? Like, their insecurities or them bracing or putting their guard up. Like, every man is not what you had. Every man is not what you experienced. You feel me? I'm not what you used to deal with back in your past. She's not what you used to deal with back in your past. You feel me? So you can't project on people what you went through because they ain't do nothing to you yet. A relationship's not gonna be perfect. It's not about being perfect. It's about you two wanting each other and wanting it to work. And doing what y'all need to do and compromising for each other, bro. For good. No, if you see that a person is gonna do something to you that's bad, if you see that a person is toxic, whether it's harming you physically, mentally, or emotionally, you need to leave straight up. Everybody be so ready to have sex, then that's when babies come before you even know who this person was. Now you got a baby with a maniac. Whether it's a man or a woman, like, you know, like, come on, bro. And that stuff come from, like, that stuff come from their moms, bro. They see that stuff that their mama went through. Their mama didn't have a great selection of men. Now they projected on their daughters. Trying to tell their daughter, like, no. You need to tell your daughter to go find a good man. You didn't find a good man. The man that you mess with, you need to tell your daughter not to mess with dudes like you. That's how that is, bro. Like, and I see that. Like, a lot of these girls are gonna become what their mamas is, and their mamas not good examples.
You yelled at
nor their fathers, because look at your father is the man that your mama shouldn't have been dealing with.
For bringing you flowers, now he should have not been having a bouquet of flowers, but still. I bet you probably would have yelled at him and he brought you the fucking vinegar.
Facts.
I said with an eye roll to one hapless suitor
Ain't no
as he
pleasing
stood
these people.
wiltering faster than the fragrance offering that he held in his hand. He had bothered to think about making me happy, and I crushed it for him. Again, you're an asshole. You were mean. You enjoyed this. What the fuck? Did your dad mistreat you when you were younger?
I'm trying to
Did
tell
bad
you.
things happen because of men that just made you decide that every guy you have to treat like shit like this? Seriously. Again, I don't feel bad for you. I place so much importance on finding a strong man who could match me that I forgot men are people with feelings too. Instead, I forgot I had feelings and hid my softness. I now see that I longed to be loved, but I was too scared to be vulnerable. I told you,
Exactly.
You're deep down insecure, deep down a coward for how you behaved.
And bro, a lot of women try to deny that, but they want to be loved. Females were meant to be loved. They was made to be loved. You feel me? Like, women, their capacity are not like ours, bro. You feel me? Especially with how they being raised, like, versus how a boy being raised versus how a female being raised, two different things, bro. I was taught to go get it. I was taught that, bro, you're gonna be alone. You're a man. Nobody cares about you. You're gonna have to go out here and do it by yourself. Like, you don't need to be crying. Why you crying? Stop crying. You feel me? That's how I was raised, bro. You feel me? I was taught to be tough. Cause I'm a man. I gotta go out here and conquer the world, bro. I gotta go get it. Nobody's gonna give me nothing. Nobody's gonna care about how I feel. And that's facts. Cause who cares about CJ? I'm not obligated to care about CJ. Y'all not obligated to care about me. And it's facts, bro. It's facts. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's obligated to care about a woman. But the world, they coddle females. Whether they right or wrong, that's not good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. It's I don't understand how they don't get it. It's like they don't want to get it. And that's why they be going through what they going through. They don't listen. Like, bro, y'all not built like that. Y'all feminine for a reason. Feminine, female, male, female, feminine. feminine male. Like feminine, you soft, shawty. You emotional. You know what I'm saying? You're not built like a man. We not supposed to think like a woman. Y'all not supposed to think like a man. We two different entities. We're not the same. We're not supposed to be the same. If we was the same, then we would be the same, but we're not.
I was using my sharp mind to protect my all too soft heart against further rejection. Funny, she said she was looking for a strong man to match her. This isn't the first time that you have these strong independent types. This is, an old school feminist here. Now we got the ones with blue hair and green hair and the fucking nose ring, the hoop in the nose ring, or just seemingly attractive women that are a bunch of ball-busting feminists too.
Facts.
Who want a strong man.
Facts.
Because, and that's the thing, no strong man, if you will, call them the alphas, whatever, successful man, would ever want to be around a woman like this.
Exactly, bro.
Because it's like being with another dude.
Exactly.
An asshole dude. Two bowls in a pen. Doesn't work. The only guys a woman like this can get are weak-ass guys that put up with her shit.
Exactly.
Can you imagine, guys?
No backbone.
Can you imagine being on a date with her and her giving you shit after you actually got her some... Not that you guys would give flowers on the first fucking date, but let's just say you did. And, apologizing for it. You would never end up on a date with someone like this. The second she opened her mouth, you'd be like, out of there.
No, I'm leaving. I'm done, son. You got it. You got it. And a lot of these boys be scared. Like, a lot of these dudes do be scared, bro, to, just leave or speak how they feel or just not care. Like, bro, I'm not going for it, bro. Like, I remember I was at Circle K, right? And this is the entitlement of a female. I was at Circle K. I was working at Circle K, man. This story is crazy to me because he really thought I had to. I'm walking outside. I forgot what I was outside for, but I'm in the store by myself. I was working late night. I'm doing an overnight shift. It's just me in the store. I'm outside for whatever reason. I was outside. I think I was just chilling or I was throwing some trash away. Or I think I was just chilling. Just catching some air because I've been in the store all day. A car pull up. There's a female and her sister in the car. She asked me, cause her window down, so she yelling out the window saying, can you give me some ice? But I'm walking inside the store cause they pulling up, cause I'm finna, serve them whatever they need. So as I'm walking in the store, she say, can you give me a cup of ice? I look back, and I'm like, no. I'm like, no, and I walk off. And she blow the horn, and she got to saying whatever she was saying, but she got mad because I didn't want to get her no ice. I had to get you some ice. What am I getting from getting you some ice? If you're an opportunist, so I'm gonna be an opportunist, right? Women are opportunists. They want what they want, you know what I'm saying? They don't care what it is as long as they benefit from it. So, okay. I'm not getting them from getting you no ice, so I'm not gonna get you no ice. And then I'm not obligated to get you no ice. And then her sister gonna come in on the phone with whoever she was on the phone with. It was a dude. She said that she wasn't finna pay for the snacks or pay for the ice or whatever as she was walking out, like I was supposed to care. Shawty, you still not the store, ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm still getting paid. You can take whatever you want. I'm not finna chase you. Like, it be like that, bro, like the entitlement. And then she like, you came in the store and then took what she took out of the store because I didn't feel like getting her, I didn't want to get her sister no ice. So since you don't give my sister no ice, I'm gonna go take some out the store. Cool. It's weird, bro. It's weird, bro.
And while I pretended to enjoy it, I felt uncomfortable at sex so early on. I felt empty and used. Used? I thought that was obviously being empowered by being just like a guy, being able to sleep around just like a guy. Mm-hmm. My generation of women were encouraged to have sex like a man. In other words, have casual sex.
Facts.
But it backfired. Mm-hmm. Fast forward to today, the idea that women are different from men and that casual sex can be harmful to us is gaining traction. No shit.
Facts.
Look at the mess we're in right now.
Facts.
In her latest book, A New Guide to Sex in the 21st Century, The Young Adult Adaptation, Louise Perry explores how the sexual revolution impacted women negatively and led to unwanted consequences.
Unwanted consequences, of course.
Yeah. 2 words, OnlyFans. Although OnlyFans is actually 1 word, but you get the point. She argues that casual sex, dating apps, pornography, and the normalization of sexual kinks are putting women at risk. Although contraception has reduced the chance of pregnancy, she points to the risk of contracting diseases or being a victim of violence in a culture where premarital sex is the norm. Yeah, nobody ever talks about the STDs. It's always about pregnancy.
Facts.
She believes that society would benefit from returning to traditional values about sex. What? What? Returning to traditional values? Now she says, don't get me wrong, I'm not advocating a return to the 1950s when women were on the shelf by 30 and getting a suitable husband was their goal in life. But I wonder if by refusing to show any chinks in my intellectual armor,
why not?
I'm the one who's losing out. Losing, you've lost. You're 63. You got one foot in the fucking grave, lady. I'm being honest here. And of course she has to put in, not that I'm saying I want to go back to the 1950s or anything.
Why not?
Whilst I'll never be a giggly man-pleaser and have no intention of playing second fiddle to a man, the confident signals that I've been giving out all those years were at odds with what was going on inside.
Yeah, it's over with. She's done.
I don't say it's confidence. I'd say it's arrogance.
She's done.
Because deep down, your behavior, the way you described yourself all these years as men, comes from insecurity. Insecure people aren't confident. They are usually arrogant because they have to overcompensate amongst men, and that's what you were doing all this time here. That is not confidence. That you're deep down insecure. And you still have to mention, I'm never going to be a giggly man pleaser, or I'm never going to play second fiddle to a man.
Exactly.
So you haven't really learned that much. I think you're saying what you're saying here, but deep down you don't want to change. I've learned to step back and let things go. And I've realized that things mustn't always veer towards the satisfaction of the self. I'm stuck by how easy and peaceful it feels to let my dates and boyfriends take the lead. It's not a case of dumbing down or morphing into a Stepford woman, but simply dialing down a bit for me and letting them shine. FYI, my diary is wide open. Go on it. I dare you. No thanks. I do not want to see or read your diary. So there you go. Now, she's saying she's regretful and she didn't have the life that she realized that she really deep down wanted to have. A husband, a marriage, children, all that. But yet you can see at the end she's not quite willing to go back so much on her I am woman, hear me roar ways. Yeah. But the point of the whole thing is that, yeah, like so many others, they got wrapped into somebody's idea how things had to be or should be, and they threw away a life they could have had, all because of this bullshit. And look at the mess it's caused, the ripple effect it's caused across the world, you know? But if you're sincere about this, lady, okay, great, then start being a pleasant person. Start being a nice, genuine person if you claim that's who you are deep down. But I'm not convinced that all this came from confidence. I see a deeply insecure individual here who had to overcompensate and shit on others to make yourself feel better. Make them out to the bad guy. Confident people don't do that. They don't need to do that to make themselves feel better here. So anyhow, guys, that's nice. Again, she's saying that, but I don't quite 100% think that she's 100% sincere on all those things. So, you know, she's remorseful and regretful about what she lost, what she missed out on. I frankly don't feel bad because look at the damages she and just so many like her have caused, you know, and she allowed it to happen. But if that means maybe she might be a little more of a pleasant person for the rest of her life, well then good. I can certainly hope so. We could use more pleasant people in this world. But, you know, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And she's 63. When you're 63, you pretty much have 1 foot in the fucking grave. Yeah. So, but if she's going to be nicer to people, that's good to hear. But anyhow, another one, openly admitting that, yeah, I was an asshole. Yeah, that mindset, that attitude wasn't exactly right, and I'm regretful. So, we can all get a smile on our face by hearing something like this. Alright guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let us think about this. And guys, you find a good article you want me to cover, or you got a great personal story you want to send in, particularly one that will make the eyes roll of the wife of the guy that wrote in earlier, send it my way. strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. And if it's a good one, I'll definitely cover it. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.
Alright, man, that's that for that video, man. That one's over with, man. I hope y'all enjoyed that one, man. I did. It was really informative. One thing I want to touch on is she said not go back to the 1950s. I don't know what happened in the 1950s, but men are not asking women to be slaves. Men are asking women to just play their role. I'm the man, I'm masculine, I'm the head of the household. I go out here and I make sure what I do out here benefits my family. What you do in the house benefits the family. We both got parts to play. Women are good at things that men aren't, and men are good at things that we aren't. That's why y'all better with kids. Y'all feminine. You feel me? Of course y'all gonna be better with kids. The kids go to their mothers more than they come to their fathers. They want their mommy. They want their mommy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you anybody in life who has experience with kids always run to their mom. You know what I'm saying? That's why they take on the role of holding the child. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand it. Like, I don't get it. And they living in reality, but they're not living in reality. You feel me? Not mentally. But why not, though? Why not get married at a young age? Why not? What is she missing out? Clubbing, smoking, drinking, one night stands? Why go ruin yourself like that? From my experience, it's not any better. You have sex with... I was having sex with a bunch of females that I didn't even want to be with. So, imagine catching all those bodies just to be with one person later down the line. I caught these bodies. I'm having sex with these females. I don't like them. I don't want to be with them. Just for me to find a female that I actually did like. Like, I'm going to be with that one person. Why do I have to experience all these other girls and to still not be with them? Just to still not be with them. Yeah, it's our flesh. Yeah, we want to have sex. Yeah, that person might be attractive. But that don't mean we have to go do that. You don't have to have sex because you're horny. You don't have to do that. Some people just, they're not stronger than their lust. So they give in. And that's cool. Do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, why you're not with all those dudes that you slept with? You don't even like all those dudes that you slept with. And some of them that you did sleep with, you did want them, but they didn't want you. Same with dudes. Dudes can go out and have sex with females, but there's a lot of females who don't want them. Like, you having sex with these girls, but they don't want you for real. Yeah, they give you some coochie, but they don't want to be your man, your woman. They don't want to be your woman. It's not that for them. They out here just, doing what we doing. They just trying to catch a nut. Why not get married to one man and figure out what he's into? And he figure out what you into. And when it comes to y'all being with each other, y'all can please each other the way y'all want to be pleased. Like, a lot of these people are scared to open their mouth, man, and speak on what they into. Like, if you like to get nasty with it, get nasty with it. Tell your partner that. And if it's not for him, then it's not for him. But at the end of the day, there's too many people out here that do everything. So you're gonna find somebody. That don't mean you gotta sleep with everything, but you can find somebody. And the game not hard, man. Like, I don't know how it is for a female, but for me, man, the game, when I was outside on the streets, it's not hard, bro. It's not hard to know when a person not for you or capping, man. Just by off a conversation, man, you can tell a person not on the same page as you. I did it. It was easy for me. You bring up conversation about God, they don't want to talk about it. Okay, I believe in Jesus. I know I want a female that believes in Jesus. She don't believe in Jesus, so we're not going to be in a relationship. That don't mean I hate her. We just know I'm not taking it there with her. We can kick it on something else. She cool as hell. All right, I don't know. You don't want your girl to wear certain clothes, but she wears certain clothes. All right, cool. She wears certain clothes when she go out. All right, you're not into that. You don't like a girl to carry stuff like that. I bet. So you're not gonna rock with her on that level. No, there's nothing wrong with that. Y'all can kick it. And when she asks you, you know what I'm saying? Oh, why you ain't looking for a girlfriend? You can tell the truth or you can lie. That's on you. You feel me? It ain't got to be no bad blood. And I think people are just scared to have those conversations. But what's the point of going out here and getting all this experience and put mouths on you? Dudes don't like that. You want a man, the man telling you what he likes. You don't want to hear that, so you still go out there and do what you want to do anyway. And then when you do the stuff that man tell you that they don't like, and then you don't get what you want, you get mad. It don't make sense. That's like me going out here and females saying, okay, because it is women out here who like bums. Like, a lot of these females got babies with bums. But say it's a woman out here, man, I don't like no bum. Like, I want a man that's ambitious. Every day he's just sitting around not doing nothing, and I'm a dude that sit around not do nothing. And I get mad if she break up with me. That's my fault. I'm not doing nothing. I'm at home chilling, not doing nothing. Of course she's gonna be mad, or of course she's gonna be unattracted. Look what I'm doing. If I'm gonna be a man and take care of my woman, or be the head of the household, I gotta act like it, bro. I gotta have knowledge. I gotta have ambition. I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta be a great example. You feel me? I don't know. It's common sense to me, but common sense ain't so common nowadays. But man, yeah, man. I hope y'all like the video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, bro. Like the video. Put me in the algorithm. Hit the notification bell, post notification bell, man. I'm gonna be dropping, bro. I'm gonna be dropping. I got hella videos to edit, but I'm dropping though. I'm finna probably drop 3 tonight. Edit them and then drop them, bro. And then these 2 I'm gonna drop probably tomorrow. I got them in the vault, bro. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Hit that notification bell and like the video. Give me the algorithm. Peace out, man.